Hello, everyone. Welcome to part one of a two or three-part series. We were meant to have more people here, but hey, we'll see how it goes. So today we're talking about cartoons, anime. Well, I suppose today we're mainly focused on cartoons itself. So yeah, as I was saying in the description, everyone grew up with a load of different cartoons and everything like that over the years. Some we love, some we hate. Others were like weirdly indifferent too. But yeah, Jet Sparks, I'll start with you, buddy. Uh, what's your favorite cartoon?
I actually have several. One of
Ooh,
them is SWAT Cats: The Radical Squadron, The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, Dexter's Laboratory,
Dexter's Laboratory was the shit.
and I think Code Lyoko.
I've heard of Code Lyoko. I've never seen it. What's it about?
Well, it's about a group of four French boarding school students. One of them, a tech genius by the name of Jeremy Belpois, finds a supercomputer in an old abandoned factory that houses an entire virtual world inside of it called Lyoko.
Okay.
And of course, he meets a sort of an elf-like girl named Aelita. But it turns out that not only is she the only she's not the
Hey,
only
Brad.
sole denizen of the virtual world, but it contains a powerful program entity called Xana that activates towers on Lyoko so it can gain entry into the real world and it can start wreaking havoc in our world. But throughout the series, we only understand that anything that's in the proximity of the supercomputer, Xana can, if it's infected by Xana, it'll only affect everything in that immediate area. So anything surrounding that factory and the school and the nearby boarding school they go to will be affected in whatever attacks Xana causes out in the real world.
Okay. Bubba, what about you, buddy?
Well, to reiterate on his point, at first they battle Xana by going into the digital world, like going into the computer world.
Yeah,
But after a while, they have to start. They find ways to activate their powers out in the real world, and they have to fight in the
yeah,
real.
yeah. Xana, yeah. At the end of the second season, Xana actually manages to
Hey,
escape
Josh
from the
Reese.
supercomputer. He essentially manages to escape from the supercomputer and upload himself to the internet. And the thing is, the interesting thing about Xana is that Xana is basically is a system of multi agents. So tiny little micro programs of itself can be copied and sent out all over the network. And
Yeah.
basically, not only that, he infected many supercomputers around the world. One in a jungle, a military base in the New Mexico desert, and even a computer on the International Space Station. And
Okay.
then it created all those supercomputers. He managed to create replicas of Lyoko. And the more that they try to destroy in the fourth season, the more they'll weaken Xana. But throughout the 24 episodes that make up the fourth and final season of the show, is they only destroy about 3 of them.
Yeah. Okay, it sounds good. You know what? Honestly, hey Phil, get your butt in here. The link is in your Twitter. So you know what? Honestly, it sounds like have any of you heard of Monster Raiders?
No.
It's an it's
But
an anime from the 90s. It's kind of Pokemon-ish. So basically this kid had his hold on, weird show uh upload. Looked like crap. Oh, dude, I'm constantly. Oh, for fuck's sake! I didn't send him a link. God damn it! That's why he's not here. Sorry. I promise I'm very professional.
yeah. But like I said, another thing that made Code Lyoko slightly interesting is one thing. It blended 2D animation with 3D animation. One of the very few
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what made it unique. That's what made it unique. When you're on the virtual world, it's in 3D, but it goes to traditional 2D animation to show that they're in the real world. And yeah, when they actually met, and also when they create the sort of submarine, they go to travel and track Xana on the network and destroy the replicas. It can actually activate a tower and actually appear in the real world with their virtual abilities, like
Yeah.
sort of like spectral, these same sort of spectral.
Yo, Pacific, good to see you, man. But yeah. And hey, Phil. Turns out I forgot to hit the enter button.
Yeah, okay, Boomer Potato. Okay.
You want to start streaming this over to your platform?
Yeah, my computer's being crap right now, but whenever it boots up, I'll try.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone right now.
Ah, nice. So yeah, one of the biggest shows that I watched and absolutely loved growing up was Gargoyles, like Brad Wolf said. Absolutely fucking loved it. Yeah,
my sister loved Gargoyles. I never really knew anything about that.
Oh
yeah, I could.
Yeah. A lot of the cast of Star Trek: The Next Generation were part of Gargoyles, and I
know Jonathan Frakes voiced like that other police detective, right?
Yeah, he was the main bad guy. Say that again, Bubba.
Jonathan Frakes was Xanatos, basically their Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
They're bringing Gargoyles live action, which I don't want them to fucking touch.
Yeah, but then again, the same thing can apply trying to do it with live action. They're gonna screw up the X-Men '97 reboot cartoon. They're gonna mess that up.
Yeah.
Well, that's already been scrapped. But
oh wait, they scrapped that?
They postponed it with no word on when they're gonna try to do it again. But it was the strikes or whatnot. But anyway, now as far as Gargoyles go, if they had said they were doing this 15, even 10 years ago, all of us would be jumping for joy. But a lot happens in 10 years.
Yeah. So, Gargoyles was basically, there's this group of creatures that were 1,000 years ago. They got cursed that in the daytime they turned into stone, and in the nighttime they turned into gargoyles, rocks. And yeah, Brent Spiner was also a great addition. He was essentially show was like Star Trek: The Next Generation French edition. But yeah, another one, and this is going to be one that's really fucking rare. One sec now. Sweet. And hey, Phil, do any of you remember Our Real Monsters?
Yes, I vaguely remember watching the show. It was weird.
Say that again, Bubba?
I said I forgot to put that on my list when I sent you that giant tome, but I love Our Real Monsters. Like, I've got the Super Nintendo game. That game, or like that shit is amazing.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get up a picture of Our Real Monsters.
I remember one of them looked like a damn spotty umbrella. The other one had eyeballs he could juggle carrying his hands.
And they had a fucking weird ass cross dressing professor.
Man, no, the Grumble is freaking awesome. Like, we all wish we had it.
Boop. Our Real Monsters. I remember this guy, Crumb. Oh god, I fucking loved him. He used to keep his eyes in his mouth. That used to make me laugh. But Ickis was my favorite. Like, his scream, whenever he'd get frustrated or scared, was fucking brilliant.
And wasn't he the same person who voiced Buster Bunny on Tiny Toon Adventures?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, I figured their voices sounded familiar. Similar.
So, Phil, what about you? As if we can't guess.
I mean, outside of the painfully obvious Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Um,
Fun
I
fact
have to
about
say, like,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Over here, when it first came out, to make it seem less violent, they changed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Teenage Mutant
Teenage Mutant
Hero
Hero
Turtles.
Turtles, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. I was understood why that and Michael Anslow got a weapon change because nunchucks too violent. But they were okay with keeping the size and the katanas.
Wait, what was his weapon then?
Okay, he
So
used a
Michael
grappling.
Angelo, as we all know, is most accustomed to nunchucks. So I think the first few seasons his weapons were nunchucks, and I think it was like season 4 or 5, or no, maybe 6. Is when his nunchucks got changed to a grappling hook.
It was season 6. It was during the vacation episodes, like it was before they did the Red Sky season. But the reason why was at the time in the 90s there were news reports everywhere of kids playing with nunchucks and adults playing with nunchucks and knocking themselves clean the f out. Like it was ridiculous. And so they decided.
Be safe, Brad. No, I was just talking to Brad. He said no.
Oh yeah, but yeah, no, that's the whole point. They didn't want to encourage kids to play with nunchucks anymore, so they gave him a grappling hook for a little while. But then, thank our lucky stars that Gargoyles, Batman the Animated Series, and X-Men kicked it up a notch, because then we got the Red Sky series, and a lot of people might gripe about those, but they at least gave them their weapons back.
Yeah. Like on hey there, Cathy, over on Phil's channel.
Hey, Kathy.
But yeah, talking about like weapons, does anyone remember this weird ass show, Cowboys of Moo Mesa?
I've heard of it. I never watched it.
Oh god, it was the weird.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I do know that it exists, if that's what you're asking.
So okay, so this asteroid came from the sky, right? Hit into a load of cows, and some of them hyper evolved into like humanoids and became ranchers, and they farmed cows and everything like that. Yes, they farmed and ate their own kind. And they lived in a place called Moo Mesa. Right? Now, to get around the safety issue and the censorship issue of the kids and guns, they turned around and all the way. Yeah, exactly, Josh. That show was a what the fuck. One of the guns fired a whip. One of the guns fired sheriff badges. Like, that show was fucking weird as all hell. They had like a fucking cowgirl in it, and everything. Like, it was fucking weird. Hold on, let me pull up a bit about it.
In the meantime, does everybody remember that craze where everybody was trying to jump on the TMNT bandwagon? And we got extreme dinosaurs, we got street sharks, we got...
I had all the Street Shark toys.
Battletoads almost came out with a pilot episode, but they even came out with, like they were even working on a series. So, yeah, no, violent anthropomorphic animal people were a thing for a while.
Yeah, they tend to still be a thing now.
Yeah, I swear Ninja Turtles inspired the furries. I swear.
Well, it's not just Ninja Turtles. I just listed several others, but what I'm thinking is that...
Hey, Matty.
Yeah, the difference between fiction and reality is that they just traded nunchucks for dildos.
And fursuits.
Yep.
Yeah, but
All that being said, okay. Did you find it?
Find the Cowboys of Moo Mesa. Yeah, but go ahead.
Oh no, I was just talking while you were looking.
Yeah, but while reading Spider first was the Glad you're live streaming Phil and Company. Thank you. Hey, did you hear about the butterball turkey recall? No, we don't have that here. Anywho, but yeah, what really inspired the furries was the Cadbury's Caramel Bunny. Okay. Do any of you know who the UK one is?
Who?
The UK Cadbury's Caramel Bunny.
Played the bunny? No.
No. I'm talking about the cartoon, like the one that inspired.
Commercial you showed me the other day? Yeah.
Yeah. This, let me pull it up. This inspired 1,000 fucking furries. If I can, no, I'll have to share the screen to it. So, guys, in America and in the audience, you know the American fucking bunny for the Cadbury's Caramel bars, yes? Jet Sparks, you know it?
I do. It's been a long time, though.
Yeah. Okay, this is the UK version. This is what we had to look at. This thing inspired 10,000 fucking furries.
So
Now-
it's your guys' fault why first this, okay?
Yeah. That and Lola Bunny from Space Jam.
I'm going to refrain from saying the words mommy or breeding. That I'm not going to say them.
But yeah. But here, is anyone watching anything good right now?
Anything good?
Yeah, like, are you guys watching any cartoons or animes right now?
So I okay. So the other day, I finally was able to watch the 87 Ninja Turtles so all the way through. I never did that before.
I thought that was part of your religion.
That is, and I never had the chance to like watch it because my parents never got the DVDs and their VHS. So finally, I got this website. I was able to like.
Did it
watch
have
all-
Did it still have the voiceover? This is the true adventures of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it was like, oh my god, finally. But I also have that.
Oh.
I think one of my favorite cartoons was the so-called Chaotic, which was supposed to be like this card game that had a TV show, and it was supposed to rival Pokemon. But Pokemon being so freaking popular at the time, I think that's part of the reason why Chaotic didn't go
The
past.
biggest rival to Pokemon, honestly, is Digimon.
Digimon's another good cartoon.
Digimon is fucking weird.
It's weird but good.
It is. Like, I swear to God, Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, okay, how are we going to make it? I know. Make the monsters horny. Like, I'm sorry, have you... Anja Woman? Like, fucking... There was a monster in Digimon that they had to censor her fucking breasts. Her breasts were so fucking big that they had to censor her.
Hey, somehow we have to get our kinky on, right?
I know, right? And each season, like, series of fucking Digimon was in its own fucking separate universe and world, and it's like, please, continuity makes sense. Thank you very much.
See, I didn't make it past the original Digimon show. I never watched the other two.
Oh God, okay. No, other two.
Isn't there like two other Digimon cartoons?
No.
I know there's at least one.
Hold on. There are. Let me pull up. It's a franchise. Okay. Okay.
You can clearly tell I've been out of Digimon for years.
TV shows. There are Digimon Adventures, Digimon Zero Two, Digimon Tamers, Digimon Frontier, Digimon Digital Squad, Digimon Fusion, Digimon Universe, Digimon Adventures 2020, And Digimon Ghost Games. That has been what?
Digimon is still going on.
Yeah, there's gonna be a new series coming out.
I am so shocked right now.
Now for the movies.
Wow. Okay.
Digimon Adventure Air Game, Digimon Adventure 2 Part 1, Digimon Hurricane, Digimon Adventures 3D, Digimon the movie. That's right. After 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth movie was called Digimon the movie.
Really
Right?
creative, guys. Digimon
I
the
know.
movie after the fifth movie.
Digimon Adventures 2, Revenge of Dia Boromon, Digimon Tamers, Battle Adventures, Digimon Tamers, Run Away, Raccoon. Like, it goes on, like.
So it's like
Sorry.
Pokemon. It doesn't have an end in sight.
Oh, Pokemon's after being rebooted.
Yeah, I've heard they finally got rid of Ash.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
And hey, memes. But
Yeah.
see, I never got into Pokemon. Like, I tried because my brother was a huge fan of Pokemon growing up. I tried. I could never get into it. Squirrel's my favorite, only because I'm a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, Pokemon honestly is one of those shows that if you wanted to get it now, if you wanted to watch the whole thing through, because I know we're all completionists here. Pokemon is daunting. It's the same thing as fucking One Piece. It's over 1,000 episodes.
And you don't know what sub-series or side series, or I mean, it's just it tendrils out like a leviathan.
Oh, then comes the thing of like, so if you're a canon only type of watcher, right? You can't watch the movies because the movies aren't canon. But then it's like,
Well, but then you've got Pokemon Chronicles, which was canon, and it's an entire side series.
yeah. Oh yeah. So hold on. Josh says the anime Zoom one, the bucket list of the dead, where the guy and his friends try to do everything that they wanted to do on the bucket list. Things that they wanted to do after the world is taken over by zombies. That sounds fucking cool. Honestly.
I thought it was going to be way dirtier. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm an airhead.
But when it comes to Pokemon, it is like daunting because I haven't even seen most of the shows. Like, the Pokemon is all about like Ash going out on an adventure. One of the seasons before Journey, they put Ash into school. That was the whole plot of it. Ash will show up on an island and mysteriously still be 10 years old.
What is he now? The Green Arrow?
Yeah, like there was one thing where they're like, yes, we hand out Pokedexes to students who are 10 years old, and Ash is like, I'm 10.
Oh boy, I'm gonna be honest. I think his birth certificate just got lost, and he has no idea how old he is. So as long as he still looks like a kid, he's just gonna take full advantage.
Right.
Could you imagine if Bubba was Ash just showing up like he is now, like looking like this, and it's like, hi, I'm 10. I don't got
Dude, when I was 10, I didn't pass for 10. I was already growing peach fuzz, and they thought I was like 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
That gives me a great story, okay? Because when I watched the first two Deadpool movies, I was with my father. Everything was fine with my father. Comes to me saying, hey, I need to see an ID. The fuck are you talking about? I'm over 21. I was so bad.
Oh God. Now there's so Josh Street says now there's the Scarlet and Violet anime. Yeah, like, I don't know what the new series is going to be called, because they turned around and they're making one with a new protagonist, like following someone else and following the new. So they ran into a thing because they have to keep Pikachu to stop spending billions to change everything. They have to keep a Pikachu as the mascot. So now there's a new Pikachu wearing a captain's hat.
The fuck?
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding.
Which I'm not gonna lie, sounds adorable, but completely unnecessary and completely ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like it, and the Pikachu wearing the captain's hat, it looks to be a bit of a dick.
See,
Honestly,
they try and capitalize on Pikachu's cute side.
no, they're trying to capitalize on the fact that they don't need that all their marketing is Pikachu. There he
Let's
is.
say the Detective Pikachu movie already did that.
See, here's the thing. Now that Ash is gone, now is the perfect time to ditch Pikachu, bringing Squirtle. That will get fools like me to come into Pokemon finally.
No, that is not a meme, Jet Sparks.
Wait, you can hear Jet Sparks?
Huh?
Sorry, Josh. No,
Yeah.
Josh, that is not a meme that they were doing in Pokemon. That is an actual show, Pokemon Horizons.
I was going to say, if you could hear Jet Sparks and that, you have superpowers, my friend. That are
I do have superpowers. Oh my god!
What? Wait,
Yeah,
what?
it's
Yeah, he's
Oh,
got
no.
these powers that if you leave him in the cabinet too long, he sprouts off entire like plants.
Did I send you that meme? It's like where with the potato. It's like, where the fuck is the sun, Karen?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, but I potato jokes crack me up.
I know. They feel personal to me, but yeah. So,
Which is why they
this-
crack me up.
Yeah, the show that right now that I'm watching, cartoon wise, that I need to get all of you into. Now, I tried with Jess Sparks, but he said it wasn't for him. Hell of a Boss. That show is the shit. It's set in hell. It's about an imp crew going around and fucking around on Earth. They're going around, they do killings and everything, but there's an overarching like weird ass love story going on. And there's this absolutely dysfunctional like prince called Stolas.
Excuse me.
Like,
Sorry.
no, man, you're okay. Better out than in, as I always say. So Stolas is the prince of his Ring of Hell. Now, there's also the demons from the Ars Goetia, 7 rings, 7 of them. Now, this is going to lead into the Hasman Hotel show, which is coming out on Prime in January, which we're all really looking forward to. Now, the Hasman Hotel is about this girl, she the daughter of Satan, who's trying to get all the demons in hell to go to heaven, right? She's trying to reform them. Now, the reason why she's trying to reform them is it turns out that with all the souls that Charlie Morningstar has set up with this radio demon called Alistair, that it turns out that every year a bunch of angels from heaven come down and kill everyone. They call all the souls. So she's trying to stop this by having them reformed, having them go to heaven and everything like that. Right? So that's what she's doing. Now, her father is Satan. And her message. Okay, Jet Sparks, that's fine, man.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
No worries, it's very late this week.
Yeah.
Okay, later, buddy.
All right, see ya. Bye.
Like, but
If you guys
so
haven't already, go sub to Jet Sparks. He's awesome.
oh yeah, go check out Jet Sparks. We'll chill him out at the end of the show, like out. But so she's trying to reform everyone, and Alistair, the radio demon, is basically there for his own ends. Now that show's coming out on Prime. Now, Hell of a Boss is like, so they recently had episodes. It's on season 2 right now. Like, the shows are all on YouTube. Go check them out. But they have like Moxie and Millie. Like, they're like Moxie and Millie are a married couple. They're my favorites. Like, I absolutely love Millie. She's hilarious. Leona, she hasn't been much in season 2, but in like she's the adopted daughter of Blitz, not Blitz. Oh, the O is silent. So she's his adopted daughter. They fuck around on her. Now the hilarious thing is they're meant to have costumes, right? Humanoid costumes to keep them disguised, but they don't. So yeah, so they like there's each episode comes out every month. Like, there's a new guy after showing up in a striker who's again paid by Stolas's ex-wife because she's divorcing him because he's been fucking Blitz, and that striker it has a feather from an angel, well, an angel imbued like knives that can kill royals. So that's what he's doing, and yeah, it's absolutely fucking fantastic. I would go and check it out. Like 10 out of 10, highly fucking recommend it. Now there's an anime that I also introduced to Bubba, Oshinoko. From what we saw, Bubba, what did you think of it?
So far, I've absolutely loved it. I normally don't go for that sort of thing, you know, but it's I like it a lot.
You think it's going to be in weird, cutesy anime, but it's fucking dark when you watch it, isn't it?
Well, it's not just about the dark. Like, I am a you'll see, like, when I start going off on my rants, you know, about my cartoons.
Off on it now. When we finish.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'll finish Oshinoko real quick. Like my take on it. Normally I'm a you know, like I'm a hero standing down the villain kind of guy. You know, I like the you know, I like hero worship shows, but like you know the Japanese call it shonen, but I'm definitely a good guy versus bad guy. You know, hell, even bad guy versus bad guy, yeah, or you know that kind of thing. But I tend to lean more towards action, and so this not that I'm against a good detective show, and that's basically more or less what Oshinoko has become, as a supernatural detective show. And so once you get past that, and the first episode is great, like the first like it's basically a movie. And once you get past it, like, it's great, it's awesome, and I have no like I'm not saying, well, once you get past it, it's awesome. No, the movie is awesome, but the tone of the show and the tone of the movie are two different. I mean, it's basically like the movie leads into a completely different type of show than what the movie is, and I enjoy that a lot. Like because the gear shift there, the turn. You know, it is stark. It hits you by surprise. But by the end of that movie, you know what the show is going to be like. And then then when you watch the first episode of the show, you're pretty set. Like, your course is pretty set. You know what to expect. You don't know what to expect. It's not overly predictable, but you know what kind of tone you're going to get. And so, yeah, no, I would definitely, that one there, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I would give it more if I'd seen more of it, probably. But in the meantime, I've seen the movie, and I've seen, I think, the first 2 episodes. They're great.
Yeah.
And
Oh
I
yeah.
would
So
I would recommend it to anybody that likes supernatural and detective shit.
yeah, so essentially as well, for the non-supernatural side, is the show is really showing the dark side of the idol industry in Japan, and it is not holding back. It is showing all the dark side, like the fact, like how little the singers get paid, how like creepy the people are who were there. Um, but yeah, so Bubba, you've got hyper interest of a tome of cartoons that you sent me.
Yeah, and the worst part is more people talk. I forgot to put Code Lyoko on there, for instance. Thank you, Jeff Sparks. But well, but that's the thing. Like the more I think about it, the more the more it just rolls in my head. I am a huge avid cartoon watcher. Like I have been into cartoons. I have been into cartoons my whole life. When I was a kid, if it didn't have like one of the meanest things to do to me in my tiny mind as a child was if they had like an animated opening, and then all of a sudden the rest of it was live action. That usually irritated me to death because I
Oh
was
yeah.
expecting a cartoon. Yeah, as as a later on, I've got lots of there are lots of things ranging from because I could go if I started now talking about the 90s Marvel shared universe or the Paul Dini, Bruce Timm DC DC Comics universes. If I were to talk about those, I would not be done until 2024 Christmas. However, what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about some obscure shows that nobody remembers exist. So everybody's heard of Earthworm Jim, so they know who
Yes.
Doug TenNapel is. Even if they don't know his name, they know Doug TenNapel, the creator of Earthworm Jim. He also created a show called Project Geeker or GKR. That show only got one season, but it's got most of the voice cast that would later on end up in Futurama. And the show is almost like a test run for Futurama. It's just kid friendly, but okay, 90s kid friendly. Like nowadays, people show that to their kids and freak out. But anyway, so Project GKR is this weird, ridiculous, all powerful, like, and he's very, very insanely powerful, but it's like having he's got the mind of a complete and utter nincompoop. He does not know anything about life. Every day's a learning experience. He's constantly, I mean, you have to tell him not to put his head in a paper bag or sorry, a plastic sack. I mean, he's just, you got, and he's virtually indestructible. But what the thing is that we see him contained a lot because the villains will take advantage of his naivety. So these two, the two main adventures that they find Geeker, that they're trying to steal this ultimate weapon from the corporation that basically owns the world. They end up freeing him, and then he's their problem. And the whole show is them trying to keep him out of trouble and trying to rally everybody against this evil mega corporation that secretly controls, or not so secretly, later on controls the world. And it's a great, it really is a great show. Then Mad Jack the Pirate. This show showed up on Fox Kids right before the end of Fox Kids, before the Fox Box turnaround. So Mad Jack the Pirate, I think, got 56 episodes in total, but they bear in mind they're counting each episode had 2 episodes in it. There was everything was in a weird like 3D back, like backing with 2D animated sprites, and so that turned a lot of people off anyway. But this, before there was ever a Jack Sparrow, Mad Jack the Pirate was hilarious. Like he's we see him in the very first episode. He's such a screw up as a captain. He's not really good at camaraderie or sharing the loot, as it will, and his crew decides to completely maroon him and shove him off, and his adventures or misadventures as they are, he does just everything is him being greedy, being terrible. It's like if Daffy Duck were a pirate. He's hilarious.
Daffy Duck's not a pirate.
You know what I mean? Like if the whole point,
yes.
if the whole point of the show was Daffy Duck being a pirate, that's Mad Jack the Pirate. I absolutely love that show. Then and you can still kind of find it if you know where to look. But and see, that's the worst part. Most of my favorites were never released on to home media. So some of these I'm only remembering literally by memory. But that's the thing. You got you got other shows. So going back to Disney, the Timon and Pumbaa show, like just them. Howdy.
Oh, I remember the Timon and Pumbaa show.
Yeah, the Timon and Pumbaa show was amazing.
Yeah, and I did. I loved Timon and Pumbaa because it was basically like the Looney Tunes with Timon and Pumbaa. Nothing is canon. Everything was hilarious. Everything was them getting into misadventure after misadventure. That show, we didn't have cable when I was a kid, but my grandparents did. So every time we'd go over to my grandparents' house, I would turn on the TV, and that I was polite about it. I would say hi, hugs, kisses, all that, and then I would go and bogart the television. But the Timon and Pumbaa show was great. First of all, I love Return of Jafar. That is like my oldest favorite animated movie before Hercules came out, and I love the Hercules movie a lot. But the thing is that Return of Jafar did not have the budget that the first Aladdin movie did. It was literally just a straight to video movie, and it was awesome because it continues the story, but at the end of it kicks off the Aladdin animated series. And if you're listening, Disney, y'all need to put that on Disney Plus. You get people, y'all put Timon and Pumbaa on there, and I do commend you for it, but y'all need to put the Aladdin animated series on there. Y'all got all 3 of the movies, I think. Do they still have King of Thieves on there? Anyway. Okay, they do that. All right, but that's the thing. There are references made throughout King of Thieves that if you never saw the series, or Return of Jafar, you would have no idea what those references are made. Now everybody attributes Return of Jafar, not being as well received for 2 reasons. One, the lack of budget, and 2, Dan Castellaneta, the voice of Homer Simpson, playing the genie. But I don't believe it was that. What I believe is that somebody in their right mind thought it was okay for Jason Alexander, Gilbert Gottfried, and Dan Castellaneta, all 3, to sing in the same movie. None of these men should ever be behind a microphone to try to put words into tune. None of them could sing. But all 3 of their songs were funny.
Do you remember the guy who played Hercules' best friend in the Hercules TV show?
Yeah, Icarus, and that was the dude from Third Rock from the Sun who played Harry.
Yeah, that was, I swear to God, I loved that TV show. Like, Hercules is my main show. I love Hercules, right?
I love that. That was literally what I was about to talk about next, man. I'm gonna let you get started, but my favorite episode is still Hercules and the Arabian Night.
Oh, that is great. But I swear to God, I wanted to strangle Icarus. I fucking wanted with every fiber of my body when Icarus opened his mouth. I wanted to beat him with a shoe.
Well, yeah, and of course when we see him fly into the sun again, that was gold. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and he did well. I love in Hercules and the Arabian Night. I love how they trapped him the same way they trapped Abu with a trail of bananas.
Yeah.
That was just absolutely beautiful. But and of course I love villain team ups anyway. So having Jafar, who's dead, and I love Pain and Panic. Hey, boss, what's the matter, boys? You let in another live one? Yeah. I love that. Yeah. But it's his interactions, and of course James Woods still playing Hades, and the same actor still playing Jafar. They, which is pretty much his only voice credit, is Jafar, and he played him for House of Mouse. He played him for, for all the Aladdin stuff. Huh?
Wasn't he Jafar in Kingdom Hearts as well?
Yes, Kingdom Hearts. Yes, he played. That might be his only voice credit, but he built an entire voice acting career on playing that one character. It was absolutely spectacular. But what I love the most, see, I'm a big fan of villain songs. I love villain songs, and so Disney villain songs to be specific. And if they couldn't have Robin Williams sing in, if they couldn't get another, they wanted an evil version of You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me. So so they get, so like I said, Your Only Second Rate is still the best villain song that Disney has ever put out. Like that's, and it is, the entire thing is one giant long ass monologue, of Jafar talking about how great he is and how everybody else is pitiful and insignificant. That's excellent villain work there. But anyway, back to Hercules. Hercules and the Arabian Night. Oh, go ahead.
From Hercules, that I absolutely thought was hilarious, and I loved it, was Aphrodite, the goddess of loves. The fact she had her own team tune, it was like Aphrodite's.
Yeah, come up out of the seashell.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, and she's always like, hello, oh, what, Hercules? Just see the face.
Yeah. Well, and that's hilarious. But then that was the thing. I just thought of another one I forgot, but we'll get to that. Buzz Lightyear Star Command was amazing. We can talk about that later.
Love that.
But the reason why I remember that is because the lady that played Aphrodite also played Mira in Buzz Lightyear Star Command.
But the one who played Aphrodite's was actually Lisa Kudrow from Friends.
But anyway, my other favorite episode of Hercules the Animated Series is Hercules and the Twilight of the Gods. Hercules jumps the gun when Loki shows up, played by Vince Vaughn, no less. Loki shows up to tell, they're looking for a god of thunder, and it's prophesied to be Thor, but Hercules gets impatient waiting on becoming a god, so he decides to prove to his father he can do it, and him and Phil go to the Norse pantheon, and Odin is played by Garrison Keillor. And that, like I said, that whole episode is just absolutely astounding. Then of course I'm finding out that the Norns are the three fates, and that they just kind of do a pantheonic timeshare, like they go to every region, to do their, future telling things. No, it's great.
Now, am I thinking of the movie? Because I remember in the TV show that something happened with the gods, and Zeus got locked up in like amber or something like that.
In which one?
In the Hercules movie.
Oh, in the movie? Oh, yeah. No, he was being imprisoned the same way that the Titans had been imprisoned.
Yeah, no, I remember him in the TV show. He got imprisoned in Amber.
Oh yeah, there are several times Zeus. Hercules saves Zeus like 8 times in that series.
Zeus wasn't a really good god when you think of it in that show. It's like, well, he wasn't a good god in general.
Right.
Well, but they Disneyfied him. Like I know what you mean. Hell, like him becoming a human named Zach. Anyway, him becoming a human and giving up his powers when he knows that when he knows that Hades is trying to vie for his throne. That was spectacular. Um, but yeah, no, yeah, you're right. They really did. There were a lot of issues there.
Yeah, James Wood. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead. You go ahead. Because it was
James
kind of
Wood.
off topic.
James Wood was the best. Well, we run on tangents on this show. It's what.
Oh yeah. No, it's time for a new tangent anyway.
No, I was going to say that because this is kind of covering at Cartoon Network. So back when I was a kid, I thought adultery was a crime against, like, a crime of being an adult because of Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh my god,
that's awesome, man. Oh, dude.
So
then
let me ask you a question: were you brought up religious then?
Nope.
No, because
yeah, that would be why.
Why I'd ask that is if you were, when they were talking about the adultery in church, that would have really confused you.
He really would have.
It's like you can't. It's like, and then God does not like adultery, and Lil Phil's like, but wait, why? Hey, man,
that's literally one of the 10 commandments. That's literally one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Yeah, see, don't be.
What's up, Matt?
Hello,
Good
Matt.
to see you, man. But yeah, it's. I'll tell you something. Like, is there any cartoon episode that, as a kid, used to break you, or used that you couldn't watch for whatever reason?
They used to break me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like make you so sad, make you cry, that kind of thing.
Okay. It wasn't like
yeah.
a show, but it kind of considers a cartoon. But like, I always had to like skip the like Mufasa's death in the Lion King movie. I know that's not a show, but like that was like the only time in
I'm talking
anything like animated related that made me cry as a kid.
Yeah. Tonight we're talking more cartoons. This is pretty much a part one. So yeah, we're talking cartoons and anime. More mecha anime talk is good. It's always good. Yeah, the anime like nerds for the channel couldn't be here tonight. So next time he's on, we'll definitely talk mecha anime. But I'll tell you something now, and you're all going to agree with me. The episode of fucking Batman's Animated Adventures that always broke me and still does to this day, Ace.
Oh, Ace was something else, but that was from Justice League. Like it's still in that universe, but that was the Justice League Joker's Wild episode. That was that big season finale.
Yeah. Also, a Game of Thrones and Jurassic Park from Futurama.
Just a second.
As a kid, like for a while, I couldn't like. There was this one episode in the Static Shock show where they dealt with like talking about guns, but that was like shortly after like one of my friends unfortunately got killed by one. So like for a while, I couldn't watch that episode because like always got me teary eyed because of my friend.
I'll tell you one that still to this day gets me teary eyed. It got me teary eyed back then because it was a big deal. It got me teary eyed today, like not today, but like as an adult because I never knew that it was a tribute episode. But in Superman the Animated Series, there is an episode. It's a 2-parter where Superman is captured by Darkseid. And the entire episode is the police, the police detective Dan Turpin. He is the whole episode is him rallying the humans, to go free Superman, to go save Superman, and they risk life and limb. That I mean, it is so incredible. But at the end of it, they free Superman. They rally. They're able to drive back the forces.
Is that the birthday present where Superman gets the perfect world?
No. That's from Justice League. This is from that's for the man who has everything. This one took place back in the 90s, and there's a reason for it. And I'll let you know here in a second. But the reason for the episode, the reason for the episode is at the end of it. So Superman, they rally everybody together. They're able to beat back the forces of Apocalypse with Superman's help long enough for Orion from New Genesis to show up and declare the Earth as an extension, as an outpost for New Genesis, meaning that by attacking Earth, it would be breaking the treaty. Darkseid, and of course Michael Ironside as Darkseid was always amazing, but Darkseid informs him that due to the conquest, already being in progress, that he will leave the Earth alone, but he is entitled to a trophy. He uses his Omega beams and incinerates. Now we find out later he wasn't incinerated, but that at the time we don't know that the Omega beams do anything except destroy him. He tells them he's entitled to keep a trophy, and he destroys, incinerates Dan Turpin. And at the end of it, they're showing a funeral, and if you look through the people of the funeral, there are drawn depictions of everybody from Stan Lee to other comic book characters from both Marvel and DC. You see people crying, and but there was one very notable absence. And then Superman, when the funeral's over and everybody leaves, Superman, I'm getting choked up talking about it right now. Superman looks at he thanks Dan one last time. He's talking to the grave. He says, at the end of the day, the world didn't need a Superman. The world only needed a brave one. And then it fades to black, and it was the tribute episode to the after the death of Jack Kirby.
Ah, fuck.
I'm getting emotional thinking about it now. But like I said, it was great.
I remember from the Justice League, and then we'll wrap up on this. I remember on the Justice League that when they were fighting Darkseid, the Flash, Brainiac. Right?
Yeah.
Flash realized he was the only one who could defeat him by running around the planet and doing a super punch on him. Right?
Yep.
But the thing is, go ahead.
I was gonna say, here's my thing with Justice League. I didn't mind Superman getting killed, but that was way too soon to have the death of Superman arc take place.
Well, we're talking about the animated series from 2000.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'll go on my little manhole.
Which they also did a great death and return of Superman tribute.
Yeah. Oh, we'll talk about that in part 2. But he turned around, and the Flash, the line that I fucking loved from him, right, was he was standing there after he defeated Brainiac, and he fell to the ground because he started fading away, but came back when they slowed him down.
Yeah, he was about to fade into the Speed Force.
Yeah, but he said, I was almost gone, wasn't I? And it's he said, I could feel myself everywhere. I was scared, but I'm back now. How long was I gone? Was he dead for a second?
Yes. It's like when a Jedi goes into the Force, when a speedster melds into the Speed Force, they become a part of the Speed Force. They're not really. It's as if they're experiencing life and death all together, all at once, and then their consciousness just disappears and becomes part of the void.
So as we head back into the void, we're going to start shielding ourselves. Phil, would you like to shield yourself?
Sir, vote Timothy everywhere except for Twitter, because Twitter hates me. On Twitter,
Yeah,
it's Skyr Knight. I also have a Kid Marcelo, Phil the Keyblade Master. Go check them out.
Phil has multiple personalities.
But I got
For those on,
multiple personalities. And
I
since
know.
Chet ain't here to shout himself out, subscribe to Chet on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter.
Yes, Jet Sparks is a great guy. Talking about great guys, Bubba, you want to show yourself?
Yeah, I don't know where this great guy you're talking about is, but I'm here. No, anyway, all jokes aside, you can find me on Twitter or X or whatever it wants to call itself. I'm Geek Hero Bubba, and if you want to see me get into arguments with people that are far too left leaning for their own good, that's what I do over there. I also do a lot of geeking out, kind of like we did today. There's I strongly suggest you guys come back for part 2. There should be more of us, and we will definitely most likely get into some arguments about some cartoons. That there's just so much to cover.
Hopefully, we'll get into an anime debate. That'll be fucking fun.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to thank everyone for joining us. Those on my channel, go and subscribe to Phil. Those on Phil's channels, please come over and subscribe to me. I need the loves. Everyone have a lovely and a fantastic night. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. Remember, stay nerdy and God bless.